Welcome to Career Biz, the podcast of the University Career Center at UNC Charlotte. I'm Jay.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Jessie.
And happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this final episode for the fall 2020 season. This is episode 35, and we wanted to have a little fun here. So we decided to go with a holiday theme. As you can tell, poor Patrick decided to sit outside and don his hat along with his winter horns. And Jessie's got on her elf outfit. And meanwhile, I can sweep your chimney for you. That's about how we go. But no, we decided we'd talk a little bit about just the fun stuff of winter break, things that we like about it, and then maybe get you to think a little bit about what you like about it too, because we spent last episode talking about how to network and have conversations, but it's also very important on break to have a reset, right? So Jessie, I'm going to start with you because you're actually from part of the country that gets winter more consistently than where Patrick and I have lived and are from, because you're from Ohio. What's some of your favorite memories of winter, and particularly the winter break around your college time?
Gosh, yes, great question. And I am tapping into my Ohio and Midwestern background thinking, I love to go sledding. I love to go sledding all day long, come in and take some breaks for some hot chocolate. And I will say that I've done that my entire life, also through college. There is no age limit on having fun with sledding and drinking hot chocolate with your friends. So I'm really hoping that maybe we get some snow here this year. Who knows? It's 2020, but if not, maybe if we make our way up there, that's what my plan is for sure.
Very cool. Patrick, what about you?
Gosh, my family was really big on movies, so it's always a movie sort of day. So any of the classics like Christmas Vacation or some of the black and whites from back in the day, we would just watch those over and over again and have a little bit of fun. I think it's, for our food event, it's always a bunch of hors d'oeuvres, a bunch of Christmas cookies. We call them snowball cookies and whatnot all over the place. And that's all we do all day is just eat, and just hang out. And in some regards, we'll still do that a little bit this year as well. So that's our fun. That's our family fun. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, my father-in-law calls that the grazing period. There's no like set meal time. It's just you start at one end, you kind of work around to the other, and things just come and go, as it goes. For me, I mean, I grew up in North Alabama, y'all. So, we didn't really get snow and ice until like January, February, usually. Like I remember multiple times wearing shorts in December. So, it was always that. But my favorite thing about winter break, and particularly when I was in college, because I went to college in the town I grew up in, was you could still go hang out on campus and there was no one there. And there were great hills to sled down and stuff like that if there was good snow on the ground. And all that kind of stuff. My family, movies, big thing that we do, a lot of that kind of stuff. But really the big thing is just to kind of unplug from stuff. Like literally my favorite thing to do during winter break is I'll get up and I'll check my email in the morning or look, and see if there's anything I need to pay attention to. And then I'll turn my phone over and put it on do not disturb for about 3 hours and just not look at that thing, not look at that, not do any of that stuff, and just go do something else, whether it's read. Usually wintertime is my time to read for fun. I never get to read for fun because I read so much for work. And so it's my time to go grab a book from the library or, throw a new one on my Kindle or whatever and try to read something for fun during the time. So that's some of my stuff. That's also the introvert winter thing, I call it, because it's totally, me or whatever. My wife, on the other hand, loves to go and see and do all these things. Do love to ride around and look at the way people decorate their houses. And I do think that's still a safe activity. If people are decorating, you can stay in your car and just ride around and look at the colored lights versus the white lights versus the not lights versus, everything else. So there's some cool stuff to see around here and, around where I'm from too.
Yeah, I would say you were mentioning checking out the lights on the houses. If you ever need a drive to Greensboro, there's the whole Christmas ball light show that they have in some of their older neighborhoods. That's really, really fantastic to check out. And also the White Water Center here in Charlotte apparently has like a walking sort of thing going on. So we're going to check out those kind of things, just see what's going on.
Yeah, I've done the Speedway drive-through, which is pretty cool too.
There you go.
Nice. We were talking about wanting to do that this year. It looks awesome. That and the Cadenville, I know, is really well known nationally. Our neighborhood we've been having lights up for, probably about a month now, which has been awesome. And some people go all out. The most insane lights. It's so fun. I'm so glad we don't live right across the street from them because we would never sleep. But there's this house right next to this house that goes completely all out, outrageous. And it has just a sign on the front yard that's lit up and says ditto and has an arrow pointing to that house. Pretty hilarious. If you're ever in the Huntersville area, check it out.
That's fantastic. So I wanted to ask you too, because you are the gurus of positive psychology, as we talked about on one of our previous episodes this year. Why is it so important to take a break and to try and have some fun when there's so much else going on to be worried about in the world around you?
Well, I think you hit it the nail on the head. It's taking a break, allowing your brain just to take a break. Our brains are these things that are always computing everything around us, and sometimes we just need to allow it to re-energize itself so that we can get a fresh look on some of the things that we're doing. And speaking about career stuff, a fresh look on our own career and the education and the engagement that we're putting into it. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think we touched on this a little bit on the last episode, but just thinking about how you can't literally sit and stare at a computer for 8 hours a day. So timing in some of those breaks during your regular, school day, work day, whatever that might mean, it's going to be so nice to have a much longer break. And to your point, Jay, gosh, getting away from technology, putting that phone down, not looking at it for, maybe a whole half hour, whatever you all can do to take a break from it. But a break is a break, however you define it. And I think it just is really a healthy thing for your mental.
Technology, including a TV. Get your eyes away from a TV. Yeah, I love movies, but I'm not going to watch them 8 hours a day. Go do some projects. This is an opportunity to do something with your hands, do something outside, do something, different than teach yourself something new, if you will. So, what I'm doing, my wife and I, we're creating new frames around our old mirrors, those big giant mirrors that they just throw on houses and whatnot. We created something ourselves just to make it look like a framed sort of thing, something different for yourself, where you have to teach yourself a new skill that's completely opposite of your normal side of the brain that you use.
I think if you're getting to go back home, particularly students, maybe you're getting around family again, you hadn't seen each other in a while and stuff, a good fun activity to do that is non-technology based is to buy a puzzle and throw all the pieces on a table. Put some, Christmas music or holiday music or movie or whatever on in the background, have some food and coffee, hot chocolate laying around, and everybody just kind of sit at the table and just sort of play around with that puzzle. Don't be in a big hurry to finish it. Who cares if you do finish it? Just sit and do it because it's good conversation, but it's also something that engages your brain a little bit. I mean, there's nothing like trying to figure out where's that next piece go and all that. That's an activity that we don't spend a lot of time doing, but right now it becomes a really popular thing. There's actually like sales reports that puzzle sales go way up during the end of the year because people want engaging activities that don't require too much, from them either. So I recommend doing that. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Even if you don't, do puzzles on a regular basis, it can be kind of a neat activity to take a break from, the usual thing, but also keep your brain, engaged. So again, I'll go back to my analogy. If you're running and things like that, maybe you're not running all the time, but you take a good brisk walk, something like that. I think the other thing too, and to keep in mind wherever you are right now, is do try to get out into the sunlight occasionally. Wear a mask, socially distance, be smart about it, but do try to enjoy some outside time. If you're staying in the North Carolina area, chances are not going to be terribly cold, at least not based on the current forecast, but it's going to be nice and cool. So it's not going to be, the hot, area that we're used to, or, so bitter like where Patrick is right now that you wouldn't be able to stand it if you're outside. So I do recommend getting some outside time and just getting some fresh air for yourself and some fresh sun while maintaining good distance and being smart.
And we have some good hiking in both directions from Charlotte for our people that are new to Charlotte, about 40 to 45 minutes away either way. Good hiking, and then of course some good city hiking that you can check out if you're a city hiker. So I got a question for you guys. So what is the one gift that you're hoping your family, your partner is going to get you this holiday season?
Mine is very, very adult and boring. Our microwave broke, and so we have like an in-between microwave. I know, but I want a new one. I don't know what life has become.
Adulting 101.
Jay, please have something more fun than me.
I don't. Rachel and I kind of have a deal that we don't buy each other gifts during the break, because we have nieces and nephews, and all that, and we try to do things for them. So the thing that I want to do, and that usually my wife is great about coming through on, is to do something together that doesn't involve anybody else or anybody else's timeline. Just to have a day to drive somewhere and look at something, or go and find something, or spend some time doing something together that is just for us, just for a day. And usually we come up and find time to do that. The fortunate part for us is that's almost built in, because if we go visit family back home, that's about 11 hours, no matter how you slice it, no matter what you do. So we get a good bit of car time together. That's usually our time to go through the Charlotte Mecklenburg Library, which is awesome, by the way, along with the campus library, and look for an audiobook that you can download to your phone. So we try to find a new one that we haven't heard, or something like, ooh, that sounds good, and we'll dive into that and enjoy it. But yeah, that's kind of a thing, not real big gift thing. What about you, Patrick? Since you asked it, what are you hoping your wife brings your stock?
I don't know. I think for me it's candy. So our deal is that we don't buy each other gifts. Only things that can fit in our stocking. So whatever can fit in there is allowed. Anything else bigger than that, you can't buy the other person. That's kind of how we do it. So I'm hoping it's going to be filled with candy, because I really love candy.
This is a true fact. You
It is
do.
a true fact.
Yes.
That and cookies.
You ever come by the Career Center, the fact that we have candy here to give out is mostly because Patrick will come around and eat it during the time here and stuff, everybody. So, well, whatever you get to do during the holiday break, we hope you get to have some fun, and you get to take a break from all of the stress that's been, because I don't know about y'all, but the fall of 2020 has had its own level of pressure. It's maybe 10 or 11 times beyond what we're used to. So I hope all of our students and our new alums get a chance to do a break, and realize too, though, Career Center is still here for you. We've got a lot of resources that you can access without us being in session. So take advantage of those things like Hire Niner and Big Interview, all the cool stuff we've got. Use that stuff, but also give yourself time to reset and get yourself ready if you're coming back to school in the spring, coming back with a good bit of energy so you can go through, because we've got a lot of cool stuff planned for you.
And I have some good news for you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
The year 2021 is just around the corner.
Yes.
And you know what that means? Everything's going to be better than 2020.
Right.
That's what we know is going to happen.
Yes.
They have seen the future. It will be a better year.
All signs point to that, definitely. So we are hoping for it. And again, we'll be here for you either way on the other side of 2021. So for the rest of the Career Center, for my colleagues, Patrick and Jessie, thanks so much for participating with us here on 35 episodes of Career Bits. It's been an absolute blast. We'll be back again in January, right before school starts, for new episodes. So we're taking our break too. But don't forget about us. Do, like our videos, share them with others on YouTube, or share the podcast and rate us on Apple if you can. It helps other people find the show. So until next time, for Jessie and Patrick, thanks so much for being a part of the Career Bits and the UNC Charlotte family. Happy holidays from all of us at the Career Center. We'll talk to you again soon.